Houston, are you ready for the event? Arsenio Hall, this is Mission Control Houston. Please call station for a voice check.
Station, this is Arsenio Hall. How do you hear me?
Hello, Arsenio. I read you loud and clear. Welcome aboard the International Space Station.
This is so cool. I mean, I thought having my name on the Hollywood Walk of Fame was cool. This is very cool. How are you?
I'm doing great today. How are you doing?
I'm excited. I'm looking at your hair. I've seen this many times in magazines and photos, but this is the first time I'm talking to someone like that, Karen. That's incredible.
Yeah, I have a lot of hair. I've had long hair for a long time. I decided it's not worth cutting it for a 6-month mission to space.
Now, being a lady in space and dealing with hair and all those kind of things, I was looking at one of my producers, and she has a fresh pedicure with blue toenail polish. Do you still do that kind of stuff up there?
Frankly, I don't really do that type of stuff on the ground, so no, and I don't think nail polish and nail polish remover would be on the approved list of items for our atmosphere.
Okay, let's talk about the approved items. Now, I grew up in a generation knowing about Tang. Does it still exist up there? Tell me about food.
Well, we don't have Tang specifically, but we do have, I actually have a drink bag here. I have a hint of orange. It's a little less sugary than a Tang type product, but we do have some, and basically it comes in a bag like this, and it's just powder, and we add water through our water dispensing system has a needle. We put it in here and add water and then put a straw, and so we have drinks similar to Tang, but not Tang itself.
Yeah, you know, Karen, looking at your hair, I kind of want to explain why this moment excites me so much. When I was a kid, I wanted to be an astronaut, and I mean, being a black man, it's a dangerous proposition because you don't want to have to call back to Earth and say, yes, NASA, no NASA. Good joke, Karen?
Well, I think these days everybody has an opportunity to be an astronaut, so hopefully kids these days keep dreaming and reach for the goals that they have for themselves.
That's the perfect response to a silly man like me. I actually just did a joke for you that I did for Johnny Carson on my first Tonight Show performance years ago. So I wanted to see if I can make you smile up there in space. I also want to see if I can make you flip up there in space. Can you show me the gravity and how it works, or the flipping thing I've seen?
Well, I'm not very graceful at flipping, but I could show you the floating, and I could probably completely disappear and show back up again upside down. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's definitely a unique environment where we can do a lot of things floating from module to module. The space station's pretty big, so we can get going pretty fast and have a lot of fun without gravity pulling us down.
When you get back, me, you, your husband, and my girlfriend will go to Vegas, and we'll watch Penn and Teller and then go backstage and try to teach them that on Earth. That was beautiful when you went out and came back in. That was cool.
That sounds like a good idea.
Now, could you tell me about some of the gadgets? I'm Inspector Gadget, okay? I love computers. I love all the wonderful things that have come to us through the technology discovered up there. Tell me about the stuff in your room there.
Well, right now I'm in the Japanese laboratory, and actually when I flew on the Space Shuttle Discovery in 2008, we brought up this module, and so it's actually kind of neat to be back here and spending a little more time in it. But the Japanese lab has a lot of science experiments going on, some behind the camera that you can't see. Back here we have 2 windows that look outside. And there's a what they call an exposed facility out there with more science experiments that can be exposed to the vacuum of space. And then there's an airlock back here that they can transfer equipment from inside the space station, which is pressurized, out to the vacuum of space. But we have a number of modules just like this on the space station. There's a European lab, U.S. lab, and then other modules that house our gym equipment and our bathroom and where we eat and where we store things, and then also the Russian segment that has very similar equipment over there.
Now, in the Russian segment, can you see Sarah Palin's home? I'm being silly, Karen.
It would have to be kind of a big house, I guess.
You're funny. Would you like to come do the monologue one night when you get back?
I don't think that would go over very well. I don't have the greatest sense of humor, and standing up in front of all those people, I might just buckle at my knees.
Now, by the way, you're a mommy. I have separation anxiety, and I feel guilty sometimes coming here and working all day and not being at certain events that my son is involved in. You must feel really guilty way up there. I mean, do you get to speak to your kid?
Yeah, you do feel a little guilty, and you feel like you're missing out some. And I speak to him on a video conference every single Sunday, and I also send a video down to him every day, just about 20 seconds or so of me doing silly things or singing him a song or doing something like that. But when we made the decision for me to do this, you know, my husband's at home, and it makes me feel very good that he's there, and he's definitely, my son's definitely not lacking in the love and the care that he needs while I'm gone. And a 6-month period of time in the grand scheme of an entire life is a relatively short period of time. And I'd like to hope that what I can do here will really, you know, someday he can look back and he can be very proud of what his mommy did.
Yes, I'm glad you're there, and I'm sure he's really, really proud of Mommy. Now, Daddy is also an astronaut?
That's correct. My husband is Doug Hurley. He flew on 2 space shuttle missions. In fact, one of them, he installed that Japanese exposed facility that I was talking about earlier, and then he also flew on STS-135, which was the last space shuttle mission in 2011.
It must be wonderful to be married to someone who gets you. You all get each other. You do the same thing. But could you be married to, like, a guy who owns a car wash or maybe a politician from Teaneck? I mean, this is probably perfect for you, huh?
It is nice to be married to somebody. I mean, he's been here at the space station, so there's no, I don't have to explain to him when I talk about where I was and what I was doing. He's been here and he knows it all and he understands it all. So that does make it very nice.
Does it give you an even greater high to kiss your man in space?
I don't know. I haven't had a chance to do that.
Well, there's a lot of wonderful technology coming from you guys, and maybe we'll find out about that one day soon. Now, I was told that you can actually see the space station with the human eye.
Oh, you can. You need to check that out if you haven't done that yet. It looks like a very, very bright star moving relatively quickly across the sky. And I remember looking at it when I wasn't here and watching it pass by, and it's just such an incredible, you know, to see that and think that's a man-made object and there are people living there. So you need to check that out. Go to the NASA website and find out when it's going to be passing over where you are.
I hear you take a lot of pictures and you actually have a Twitter account and an Instagram account?
I do have a Twitter account. Instagram I was using while I was, before my flight. I was posting some pictures there. But yeah, I've been tweeting since I've been here. I've been trying to get some pictures of the Earth mostly. And I like to take the pictures with the 50-millimeter lens, which looks pretty much like it does with our naked eye. And I think it's really neat when I can grab pictures that kind of show what we see and the beauty of the Earth that others, you know, aren't lucky enough to see.
Yes, I've seen some incredible pictures that you've tweeted, pictures that have been sent back. It's amazing, the view from where you are. It kind of makes my Instagram account look stupid because I got a lot of dumb selfies just standing in my yard. But yours are incredible. And we thank you for all those beautiful views and things that we can't see. So what's the rest of your day going to be like? What are you going to do later?
Well, I think I only have a couple more things on my timeline today. It's the afternoon for us here. We're on Greenwich Mean Time, so we're in the afternoon, and I have a couple little tasks. I need to take some inventory of some of our health supplies here, and then I actually have part of a vision test later on for some of the vision studies we're doing. And then at the end of the day, we have a daily planning conference with all of the space agencies around the world.
Karen, when you're old like me, what one thing will you look back on about this experience and remember most fondly?
Probably looking back at the Earth. There's a lot of experiences here that are so incredible. Like I said, the floating around, and it sounds very simple, but it is so unusual and so neat to be able to do that. But there are views of the Earth. It seems like every single time I go to the window and I look, even if it's a part of the Earth that I've been over before, something is a little different about it. The clouds are different, or the lighting is different, and you get to see so many different, the sunrises and the sunsets, and the way when the sun is really low, and you see the mountains, and you see the different colors in the water. It's so incredible, and actually that's what I'm trying to capture in the pictures I'm taking the best I can. So I'll have the memories for myself as well, not only to share with everybody else.
By the way, I was kind of hoping you'd start that answer with Arsenio, you're not that old. But anyway, moving on. When you get back to Earth, what's the first thing you'll do, Karen?
Well, when I first get back on Earth, literally, we'll be touching down at quite a high speed in a capsule. I'll be trying to hold back my lunch as best as I can, and then hopefully getting changed out of my spacesuit and getting on an airplane and heading back to see my husband and my son. So I'm really looking forward to giving them a hug.
That's incredible. I thank you for this experience. My audience is probably flipping out right now. This is unbelievable, and I'm flipping out inside because you are a true hero. You are what makes this country great. Thank you for talking to me, and have a wonderful day. And if you get a chance, give yourself a pedicure.
Thank you so much. I'm really glad that you could join us today here on the space station, because this is an incredible place that the world has put together in low Earth orbit. So, and yeah, I kind of wish I could have a pedicure, but I don't think that's going to happen up here.
I'd like to see you cut a nail and see the nail fly away or something silly like that. Could I ask you, my left, your right, behind you on the right, it looks like, I don't know, a computer? What is that in the white case back there?
I think that's a freezer of sorts. I'm not quite sure. I think I haven't worked with that yet. But yeah, there's so much equipment up here, and I don't even think in one increment we get to, each of us put a hand on every single thing that there is here on the space station.
At some point, go in there, because there might be Dove bars or Eskimo pies. You can take one home to your son. And I was looking at the windows, the circular windows kind of on each side of you back there. Does the shade go up? Can you see out of those?
Oh, yeah, the shade. In fact, it's daytime. I can run back and open one if you'd like. I don't know if you'll be able to see much.
That's cool, just because I know where you are.
Right now you can see, well, it's a little too light. We're just about to come over Central America, and then we'll be flying over Houston, so I'll have to wave to my family as I go by.
Yes, and wave to Dwight Howard while you're doing it. I'll explain all that to you when you get back. I have a producer here from Houston, so you just got a big smile when you said Houston. I have a lot of great fans and a good station down there. I hope you'll watch me when you come back.
Oh, I absolutely will. Definitely.
Okay, and I don't know how this works in space, but on Earth, God bless you, Karen, and I'll talk to you soon.
I'll talk to you soon, too. Thanks so much for joining me.
Bye-bye. It's a true hero.
Station, this is Houston ACR. That concludes the event. Thank you.
Thank you to the Arsenio Hall Show. Station, we are now resuming operational audio communications.